Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. This is Eric Lorraine and she's Janae, and we are Lorenejanae.
Hey. Welcome to our first mukbang.
Hey.
I'm excited, but probably should get napkins.
I got you one, B.
Oh, nice. And a fork, because I didn't get that. So,
I can help you out with that.
Give us a second. And we're back.
Back.
So, yes, this is our first mukbang. We're excited. We actually went to this place called Jamba Fro. Jama Fo. It's a new Jamaican spot around the corner from our place. So that's what we will be eating. E, what you got?
So I got an order of rice with the jerk chicken sauce because one fact that people do not know about me is I do not eat meat. I don't eat seafood. I do not eat meat of any kind. So I'm complete vegetarian. So I got some plantains, which is my favorite, and some rice with the jerk chicken sauce, because the jerk sauce, I love it. And then I also got 2 empanadas, and one is like filled with corn, grilled corn and stuff like that, and cheese, and one spinach.
And the empanadas came from a different place called Johnny's Pacific. Yeah. And then I got
what's that called? They're called like chicken,
why can't I see it already? Chicken patty. Duh. And I got some steamed veggies. And then I got some wings. Some jerk wings. So I'm excited. Let's get started. How'd you open this stuff? I guess I just tear it. But E, how did you want to start off the relationship?
Ooh, this rice actually is like bad. Okay, so I make your rice with.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for about to be. We just pray this to be nourished in our prayers in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. So, Brittany, quick question. So, do you feel like you could date somebody who you work with?
Yeah, I could date somebody out that I work with.
This jerk sauce is good. It's a little spice. But I feel like
It's
I guess
jerk,
all of them are.
so,
I guess all of them are kind of spicy. Kind of sweet though. You know what I mean? They give you like a sweet kind of thing. Anyways, I feel like I could. I just think that like, I don't know. So I'm a little bit less with that. I don't really like to date and, the same thing. The situation got to be right for me.
I mean, for what I do, I think it's different. Like, if I worked with them, it could be working with them on one gig. It doesn't necessarily mean like every day.
I'm more so meant on everyday type of situation.
But I'm a freelancer.
Yeah, but like, let's just say you're working on a project.
I mean, what if
and
we had
you
a
meet
business
somebody
together?
on set? Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think business is a little different because like when you make a choice to go into something together.
But you will be making that choice.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly we would have talks about it to make sure, at work it's, a certain way. And
okay, has it been hard to keep a relationship? Romantic or platonic? Kind of doing what you feel like, being a freelancer, because we just don't have.
I don't think it's been hard to keep one, cause
even get one.
It's definitely hard to get one out here.
Out here is in LA.
Yeah, but I don't even think because of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just hard in LA because everybody's trying to be like Hollywood and everybody's like fake. Not everybody.
I was like, dang.
But like a lot of guys that I've met so far, just not yet.
I feel like this is like a day old thing. Like since Adam and Eve, everybody's like dating in LA is so hard. But then when I talk to people from LA, they'll be like, "Nah, it's really not."
That's because they're from here. They know.
Yeah, maybe just starting.
They know people. Most of my friends who are from here are already in relationships, or they already married. The ones that are from here.
Okay.
But people who aren't from here, like transplants, it is kind of hard to find. Also, it's like way more women than men. So the ratio is like crazy.
Yeah. I feel like that's true.
But I think it's hard too. Like I'm out here, but I'm from St. Louis, and so
that's a whole different kind of people, y'all.
mindset's a little different, but also like I'm spiritual. So
in what ways do you feel like it's different?
Because finding somebody, well, more so the spiritual aspect, because finding somebody that cares about God or believes in God, like that's a whole nother ballgame. Mm-hmm. That a lot of people out here is like,
right.
You know, so trying to find somebody with the same spiritual beliefs, and also like there are a lot of people who I've met that are still just trying to get to Hollywood, like out here, and I'm kind of like, I work in it, but I don't want to be about it.
Yeah. For sure. Absolutely.
Like, I just still want to, like, be in the background.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't care if I'm in the forefront or not. Like, if I'm in the back, I'm good. You know, I don't have to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm, like, very mellow in that sense. So that's more so what I mean when I say, like, my mindset's different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. But you, how's it being married out here?
Honestly... First of all, I don't care what nobody says. Being married is not easy, period. I was going to say, it's kind of easy being married out here, but it's not easy being married, period. So, I don't know what it's going to tell y'all that lie. But that's a whole nother video. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's, I feel like it's been easy. But I also think it's, I guess, the type of person that you are. I'm not that type of person that's, like, ever been, like, this serial dater or anything like that. I'm very, like...
But how is it, like... being in the arts and your husband not?
Yeah, that's honestly, I think it really comes down to like support, like for real, because like you have to honestly, like I'm not even gonna lie to you, keeping a schedule the way that we keep, like we don't have 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like there's times where me and Brittany's on the phone with somebody until who knows, or just on the phone with each other trying to figure something out because we shoot the very next in mere hours, and we got to figure out like. This got to be done by this time. This got to be done. And that's not it. Or Brittany's like, oh, I'm up finishing the edit, and I won't get done with this after it's rendering until what time? And then, but I'm going to call you right after, Erica. And, like, she'll have to legit call me after, and that could be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So I think that, like, that's the hard part. Balance is never easy. You said what? Okay, now I'm in my older age. Yeah, in my 30s, I don't really be answering like that. I'm a little more tired. But that was a lot of our, you know, especially growing like that was a lot of it. The other thing is... you know, just being completely transparent, there's got to be a lot of trust because you're always around opposite sex. I don't care who you are. And not even just always around them, but like the same way I've had people from production call me like, oh, Eric, we're going to go with something different. What do you think about this? It could be 11 o'clock. It could be 12. They could text me and be like, hey, Eric, are you up for a second? I just need to tell you something. Or like, are you available for this or whatever? And a lot of men are in production. So you know, you do have to deal with that. You do have to deal with, there has to be like a certain level of trust there. And learning how to navigate that and have those right conversations and like balance that it's not easy. Is it spicy?
Spicy.
Okay, well dang. Okay, like that. Like
I'm so hungry though.
I'm so hungry.
So I'm just listening.
Yeah,
but no, like I think, relationships are hard in general. It could be hard anywhere, but I just haven't had great luck. But I'm also the same. I'm not a serial dater, so I'm not just out here like, you know, just putting myself out there like that. Like, if it happens, I'm at a place where if it happens, it happens. But until then, I'm just going to focus on, like, me, God, fam, and work. But as far as, like, business relationships out here, I feel like I've been able to develop some. But I just learned so much being out here when it comes to business relationships. Like, you can't trust everybody. Some people only want to have a relationship with you because of your craft, and once like somebody else is big now, it's like you're old news kind of thing. So you really like trying to like find people that you trust and building a team of people that you trust, and y'all all in it together to help each other instead of like one person being selfish. And that has been hard because when I first moved out here, I kind of got burned, and scammed. Yeah. So with people who I thought that I could trust because I didn't know anybody out here, so. Yeah, I know you, but not in the industry. Like, what I was trying to do, like, video and stuff.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, so it was just, like, I learned early on when I first moved out here, like, you can't trust everybody who comes to you and, like, I want to help you. It's like, cool, but I don't know. So, I've been able to build great relationships even, like, with Eric, like, my mentor, because he was the first one who was just, like, I believe in you, and he's, like, shown...
Yeah.
You know that he supports me, not just like by me doing stuff for him, but it's like, oh no, like I'm throwing your name out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like anybody can throw your name out there if they think your work is good, but like, I don't know. I just think like he'll hit me up and like, oh, how are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people out here, they like just be like, how's work? Like, what you been up to? What you doing? What new projects you got? But like to have people who you work with and you're building a team with also like cares about you personally, and they're like, oh, how are you? Are you good? You know, like my friend Jalen hits me up all the time, like, hey, B, I haven't talked to you. Like, how are you? Mm-hmm. Like, I saw all of your projects and stuff. Like, are you good? Yeah, Jalen.
I love him.
It's the homie. So I think building those connections are so important because, like, you know, creators come a dime a dozen, and you know, you might be big one minute and the next minute somebody might not think that you are. And so if you're only building connections based off of your craft and they're only around because of what you can offer them, you're not gonna have flourishing relationships. So you really have to like discern certain people, which, you know, I'm still learning. I take mental notes all the time, but I honestly think building a business relationship or a relationship around, you know, your craft or your passion or your business is easier than like a regular relationship out here. So I think that's why when people come out here, it's like all about business, because it's like it's easier to build those connections than it is like an actual just relationship with someone.
And I agree with that. Y'all gonna get to know me very soon. I'm always the one that's like, I can see right through this. Not gonna happen. I just am. And I'll be like, y'all seen that previous video. She's still, you got time to go pick that up, Brittany?
I'll just vacuum.
But you know, I'm a little bit more of like this is a business. I can see the business, and I'm very protective, especially over Brittany. I'm very protective over even your outside like relationships when it comes to like people. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? I can just see it a mile away. And I do think coming, and you know, I'm speaking facts, because I feel like coming from here, being honestly, we just don't got that get over spirit. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really into having like what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not pressed by it. Yeah. And I also think that comes from like a level of being grounded in, and don't get me wrong, I feel like you can get real caught up into a lot of this. If you want to, if even you really want
to, you could just get caught up.
You can just, and it's so important. I think that's why not even just your team, but like your core, just who you are as a person, as well as like the people that you have around you on a daily. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Make such a difference.
That's
because you can really get caught up into this. And honestly, whether it be, you know, oh, what you doing, or the comparison game, or this or that or whatever. And honestly, and for me in my relationship, sometimes so many people will be like, oh, Erica, you didn't tell us about this, or you didn't tell us about that. And I'd be like, because sometimes when I actually talk to my friends, like, I don't really want to talk about work. Mm-hmm. Because you here, and especially like living here, like you, and it's in a lot of relationships that you do build, that you talk to more often, I feel like a lot of times are working relationships. Yeah. And so I feel like so many times when I get to have a conversation about something that's not work, I'm all about that. And when I'm around certain people, I don't want to have work conversations. You know what I mean? Just because like I just be wanting to talk about, you know, did y'all see what's up on the shade room, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang, what did you say? What did you say? I said that was so true. What did you say?
You're going to say that for a lot of things I say.
No. Erica.
I don't know. I did. This is a normal conversation. This is normal when you say that to me, so I'm not sure.
No, it's not.
Yes, it kind of is.
No, it's not.
I mean, for me, that's been a thing, and it's hard because I don't want to not include people that I love, but at the same time too, another thing is like when you also have friends that don't do this and don't do this. Another thing that we deal with a lot, obviously, with clients, stuff like that, is confidentiality. So, you know, it's one of those things like, even if I want to talk about it, some projects you can't discuss. And then even if you can discuss it, it's kind of like, I don't really want to. And so when you do get to develop relationships and maybe even start a business and being like, ooh, girl, such and such, like me, and shout out to Lauren Lolo Spencer. But we'll have like, okay, conversation about work, but then it'd be like, girl, guess who called this or guess that. And so we know how to like have those moments to separate it. Even the same way with like, you know, me and B, that, you know, we had actually had to find that, you know, balance of being okay, how do we have the business conversations? Because sometimes when you're working all the time, they just consume you. And I'm like, wait a second, but how are you doing? Like, how are you living, you know?
No, for sure. Facts. I forgot what you were talking about that I said so true, because I was going to expound upon it. But I mean, yeah, I just think that overall, relationships is what you put in. Because I had times, too, where, like, I used to always work and not really put in a lot of time in, like, my friendships. And
I'm still learning how to do that. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Until one of my friends kind of went off on me. And one of my friends went off on me and was like, I just basically wasn't spending time or hanging out and, like, or making the time. And then, like, I was just like, I could do better.
Yeah. Well, so, it's something, and I'm not even going to lie, it's something I'm learning how to do. Like, I feel like 2019.
Yeah, because I used to try to hang out with Erica all that shit, and it was just like, I'm like...
And let me tell you, 2019...
Are we friends? Are we friends?
No, but, like, 2019 was, for me, not the easiest year because that was the time that I really felt like I had to learn how to balance. Like, for me, because I traveled, like, every single month for, like, weeks on end, I was gone. Every single month. That's a lot of times why you also didn't see Lorenejanae be as active as, before, is because I was booked on different projects and Brittany was too, and it was kind of hard once you kind of sign on to something, you're obligated for certain things, and I was always gone. And that was hard because even when I would plan things with friends or things like that, like, I'm missing trips that I paid for. I'm missing actual trips to places around the world that I actually paid for. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, but I can't do this. But they would be opportunities of lifetimes, and I felt it's such a weird feeling because part of me felt guilty because I'm like, dang, it's not that y'all don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
But then, like, what about this? And so I actually struggled with that a lot last year, trying to figuring out how to balance it. And I don't like sit up here and say that I'm perfect at the balance. I'm still have to like check myself and stuff like that. But one thing that someone said to me that was just like, you know what, Erica, when people really love you, like the real you, then they understand. They also want what's best for you too. And they'll understand that, like, these are the moments that you got to take, but then you know what, you just showed them on the end too that they matter as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's that balance.
It's the balance, but that's not easy to try to figure out.
People can love you, but if it's like, all right, it doesn't feel like you're making that time when you do have time, like, what's up? So, yeah, it's definitely, like, finding a balance with that.
It's not easy. And I think, like I said, when you, like, for me, I'm a natural workaholic. And I think
I've just learned that all the work that we're putting in really doesn't matter if you don't have the people around you.
Exactly.
Because, like, you can reach to the top and be lonely, and then you still trying to fill a void. Like, you're doing all this work, and you get to the top, and then what? Because as you were going to the top, you didn't make time for family and friends, and kind of, like, now you're at this top, and it's like, oh, let me try to go back and bring you up, and they're like, oh, no, like, it's, you show me whatever. So I think that's definitely important. But what you did say about earlier that I wanted to expound upon, because it just came back, was, like, having that, like, the close people around you, like, that's so important. And, like, I think over the last 3 years, I've been trying to build, like, people around me, like, having, like, a intimate, like, friendship, a group of people outside of just, like, business, just people who I consider family that will always keep me on that level, and I don't really, that's why I always tell myself, I tell people I can never get Hollywood, because I literally have people that are just like, bring it down, Brittany, like, and I don't even be going high, but they just be like, bring it down. So I think, and then I also make sure that I'm never too endowed with it. Like, I like to skate. I like to do things that just really have nothing to do with my craft, and just trying to figure out, like, if I don't have to edit or don't have to shoot, let me just chill, watch a movie, like, really come down to earth sometimes, and then just connect with people. So I think having that, like, bond is important. And I know for me, when I started to, like, connect with people at the church, that was helpful too, because always, like, having spiritual people around you, that's important. And then, like, my family is back in St. Louis, they don't care about, I mean, my mom might, but they don't really care about any of this. At the end of the day, they don't ask me questions about my work. They just ask me, like, am I good, like, stuff like that. So my niece, all of them bring me back down. And then, like, having a group out here of family that's just close-knit, they, it helps you stay centered. So.
And when we let each other know we're trash every day.
Yeah.
And so it's just like what it is. Like, but we all, honestly, but, like, I think that's really what's helped push us so far. Because people don't really know how blunt I really am. So, like, if you know me, you know. If you know, you know.
She annoys me so much.
But,
chill.
But I'm really blunt. But you know what? But I think you always respect it, because when something is genuine, and I'll be like, wow, Brittany, this was, like, pretty mind-blowing. This was amazing. Like, your edit this was great, or this was shot wonderfully. She knows I mean it. I'm not gassing. You know what I'm saying? And you know I'm not. If you did something amazing, I'll be like, wow, this was amazing. Proposed to.
I don't think you say amazing.
No, I pretty say
you
that.
Might be like, oh, this is good.
No, I don't. I will give it a. Now, if it's good, it's good. If it's great, it's great. But if it's mind blowing, it's like, dang, B, you kind of did your thing on this. I don't ever hear compliment from her, so I ain't got to worry about that. But it is, and I think that's another thing about creating that atmosphere, because my family is very similar. Like the family that I have out here is what just family, or what I can call family, friends, family doesn't really matter. Yeah. That level of being like grounded, like when you said, like when I get home, they'd be like, "Oh, E, how was everything?" I'd be like, "Good." They'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool. We about to do this. We're gonna eat this. Today's Taco Tuesday." You know what I mean? So you don't even think about it. So when you're away, you're away. You know, you don't really have to stay caught up into that bubble. But I think
also when it comes to business relationships, what a lot of people don't understand is that, and what I've learned that has really gotten me far is that a lot of people look at business relationships.
Sorry, guys. What's your problem? Oh my God, it's just a lid, guys. It's a lid.
A lot of people look at you. Okay, you still could have put it on the table.
It fell off. Like, I'm just gonna stop the video because it fell off. It's a lid. It's been my food fell, but
it's how you opened it.
I thought it was one of those ones that you open this way and you can still close back up. And then you just
was like, well.
I mean, it's down there, so
anyways,
I'm not gonna eat all this.
When it comes to like business relationships, what I've learned that has kind of helped me is that a lot of people go into gigs just as gigs, and I always try to go into my like jobs or my gigs building relationships with those people, and not just like, oh, this is another gig that's gonna get me money. And I think that's what like has helped with the longevity of my career, is that like I'm always trying to build relationships, because I tell people like, if you go into a gig just for this one paycheck, you're not getting no more, like as opposed to going into this, building a relationship to where they feel like they have a bond with you and they now want you on their team, and you're getting consistent pay, and then not even just the pay, but you're building like a relationship with somebody who can eventually like with my mentor, like throw my name out there because he trusts me, to where, because I've been able to get a lot of friends out here, because like we're not from here, so most of our friends came from us working with them. And so like we've been able to consistently build our relationships, even as friendships, from business partners or people that we've worked with, and now we're friends with them, and so we've been able to help each other even in that business space, because it's like, we're looking for a model, I know Lo, oh, you're looking for this, oh, like we literally have a circle of creatives now, but we're friends, and we can still help each other in the business space. So I just think that a lot of people forget that. And
we separate them, like she said. Shout out to Lo. Lo's like a sister to us. But shout out to Lo. But like, that's the thing. So like, it could be like, yo, I don't care if it's bound, and really trusting them too, because I don't care if it's bound. I can tell Lo anything. Like I can bounce an idea off of her. I don't worry about anything. I can bounce an idea off her, or she can come over for barbecue. Like, you know what I mean? But I can't really stress this enough. I feel like for me and your findings that in anything, I don't care if you do something in the industry, I don't care what you do, as you grow, becoming more self-aware begins to start weeding things out. So whenever I start really kind of seeing things and start to question people and stuff like that, I question myself first. Like I really do sit in there and be like, yo, what am I doing, that's either attracting this kind of energy, or, what's up? And I've noticed that the type of people, like I said, the type of people that we have attracted some people who thought they can get over. Don't let the kindness fool you. I got you.
But at the end of the day, dating in LA is still trash.
Dating in LA is still trash. Brittany, have you like really gone out on dates?
Yeah. She has. Yeah. I've recently. At first, I wasn't.
Oh, wait, you recently?
Yeah, mostly like within the last couple of years.
Oh, okay, yeah. It doesn't mean like yesterday. I'm like, you didn't think about that.
No. I said recently, not like yesterday. And she's
still kind of recent.
Recent, you see it? Take my words.
So, how is dating? Like, do you feel like... How are St. Louis guys different from LA guys?
I didn't really date in St. Louis.
Yeah, but you still you kind of can see to some degree.
No, I can't, actually.
Why?
Because I literally went from high school straight to college, straight out here. When was that? You talking about all my puppy love high school days?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Which I feel like people right now don't know the process of dating. They look at like, oh, you start talking, you're in a relationship. And it's like, no, like we were getting to know each other and like we weren't even exclusive yet. So like, I think people also have like lost what the process is. Like I was just recently talking to someone. He didn't even know what courting was.
And you're like, dang, I'm in my 30s. But you know,
You're going to have to learn. You're going to learn today.
And when you know, you know. Some people just don't have that. Like,
yeah, some people don't. It wasn't bad, but it was just like, wow, you know? Because, personally, I've always wanted to be courted.
Right.
But, you know, some people just don't know. And, like, he was like, isn't courting and dating the same? Like, it was a good conversation, but I just think a lot of people don't know the process sometimes. And so, like, nowadays, in 2020, it's like, we talk, that means we're dating. And, like, we automatically go
I have a question.
To know each other.
This is a true question. What's the difference between dating and talking?
I feel like when you're talking, you're getting to know this person.
Well, what do you do when you're dating?
When you're dating, it's like, okay, now that we established that we like what we are finding out about each other, like, I would like to start taking you out on dates and seeing if this can be an exclusive thing.
Okay, so for you, because I just know that, you know, just
no, and the reason why it's like that for me, because I just talked to somebody, but we didn't date. You could get to know somebody and not like what you're finding out, which then you don't even make it to the dating thing. Because, like, even let's talk about quarantine. Like, quarantine, everybody's trying to, like, everybody's finding quarantine bait and they're trying to get to know people, right? So, like, within this time I'm trying to get to know you, if I might not like what I'm hearing or I feel like we don't mesh, we haven't even we're not even in a dating room yet, right? So, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just kind of how I look at it, because, and I also never been like just a dater, just out dating multiple people. I can't focus on multiple people. I have to just date one. And this is my first time, like, trying to get to know multiple people.
Right.
And then if it's like, oh, I like this person, like, I don't mind. Like, I just want to focus on, like, one.
Right.
So, I don't know. It could be different for different people, but I do know that dating and being in a relationship are two different things.
Right. But so once you guys actually start physically going out on dates, you guys are now dating. Yeah. That's where the talking stops.
No, you still getting to know this person, period.
No, I'm not mean physical talking.
What do you guys say?
I mean, like, the term, like, oh, we talking. You know what I mean? Because some people use it as, like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be different for a lot of people. Because
that's why I was just wondering, like, how y'all, how you
talking, they could possibly be meaning over dating.
Right, but
some people can also be saying,
what does that mean in 2020?
I just told you. But some
now
people,
I know what that means to you, but I'm just saying.
Some people can also be like, we're just talking, meaning we're just getting to know each other. So everybody has their own definition of what. So it's like
introduction, talking, dating,
exclusive,
boyfriend, girlfriend.
I feel like exclusive would mean
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, because like, if we're dating and then now we make this exclusive, then like that means I'm not focusing on any other person. Yeah, like,
but that's boyfriend, girlfriend to you, right?
Yeah, and then you know, from there. So, yeah. But I feel like in the dating world, you know, like I said, I know you can talk to multiple people. I just can't focus. But yeah, I just feel like
I honestly can say I've never dated more than one person at a time.
I've never dated more than one person at a time.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's a lot. And
I've gotten to know more than one person at a time. But I've never dated, physically been out with multiple. That would be too much for me. Like one day, going on a date, one person, and the next. Oh no.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's just depending on the type of person you are.
I can't focus. I've been called Brian John.
That would be a problem. Don't do that.
Like, it's just too much. Because it's just too much. It's too much.
You know what? For me, I think that.
But I think it happens because as you're getting to know someone, of course, they want to start to, like, date you and get to know you, like, in, you know, person and see how it is when you guys are meshing and clicking. Yeah. And so I get it, but it's just so hard.
If we're just talking stage, I don't feel that somebody has to do that for me. A lot of times I don't do that, only just because that's not me. Like, in those talking, dating stages, sometimes I just tend to, like, be more one person at a time. And then if this doesn't go out, then move on. And then if that doesn't go right, I'll move on kind of thing.
I was like that, but as of right now.
You just believe in talking to more
I don't, not that I believe in it. I just did it.
Yeah. Well, because of quarantine.
Only because of quarantine.
Girl, I'm trying to blame it on quarantine.
It's only because of quarantine that
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, in my past,
I just wrong, but I'm just saying I never did
I just know for me, I'm just like, oh, that's just kind of been, like, the way the dice has rolled for me. Yeah. To where I've only done one at a time.
That's how it was before then. I wasted time.
Ooh, that part. But you know what, though? I also feel like I kind of like hard. I do. And I kind of feel like I love hard. Yeah, and I think that people know that, like, even in friendships. Like, I'm so giving and I'm so loving, and I come from a family of, like, all women and all sisters, and, like, I'm very affectionate, and I'm very, you know what I mean? So yeah. I definitely
I just
kind of grow that moment And so I don't know. I think that's kind of played why I've been to, but also for me to actually say like even just dating you, we've probably had a good chunk of talking time to where I'm really vibing with you. If I'm gonna spend my actual time with you, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be at least. I don't care. We don't last forever because clearly a few of them didn't, but just what it is. But I'm gonna really be into you. You know what I'm saying? At least enough to kind of see where this is going. And enough to like, okay, let me see. But not to say that I would cut anybody else off because maybe we're not at that stage yet. I don't put names out there because I could have been mingling with Janae. I'm joking. I'm just joking. I'm totally just joking, guys.
I'm like, this is the stuff that I have to deal with. I don't understand. But I mean, yeah. I right now, like I'm just working on myself, loving myself more. I am getting to know people, but. You know,
and if it's 15 at a time, that means she's taking my numbers.
That's not true.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, just ask me. Just for them, not for me.
This one I be wanting to tell Erica too about my dating life. She be doing too much.
First of all, I'm a great person to talk to.
Sometimes.
All the time, actually.
But sometimes you be doing too much.
Okay, because I'm joking around with you, but I already know.
Yeah, but I be the one to be talking to you. What do you mean?
No, because it's you. But you know, like when we have serious conversations.
I be like serious. I literally have to say Erica serious.
Because
like, seriously.
So I do joke.
Because she don't know how to break it up.
I do joke all the time, but this is the thing. But when I know that she's talking about something serious, I do. And don't act like I have not been your rock when it came to the serious things. I really have been.
God.
No, he's that's a fact. I'm not trying to take his job. No, ma'am.
Anywho.
No, ma'am.
But yeah, I haven't really had any really real adult relationships though, so I'm still just learning.
I mean, but let me tell you something. Whether you go,
I feel like there's people who be like, "Oh yeah, I just, you know." But for me, it's like you said earlier, like I feel like I love hard, so I can't just jump in and out. I get over stuff. It takes a long time for me to get over stuff.
Like take you off.
So I'm like, if we don't work out, I need time to process it, figure out myself before I move into the next person. Like, so it's a whole thing. So for me, it's slow. My relationship life has been a little slower because I hurt quick because I love fast and I love hard.
See, my thing is this: I don't love fast. I just love hard.
No, I don't love fast. I take it back, but I do love hard. Actually, I love slow because I got this wall because I'm scared that I might get hurt.
Oh, defenses, absolutely, absolutely, positively, 1,000%. Yeah, I used to have those. Horribly and at times, but can I be honest, like sometimes I feel like good ones they don't really take them, like they just give you that, they give you enough support to where you feel encouraged to kind of start taking it down. Okay, so question, what if they are more in tune with a relationship than religion and they don't practice the same way maybe you practice, but they feel that they have a relationship with God?
So I think that's what I'm like dealing with right now.
That's something.
And I feel like that's fine to be spiritual and not religious. Like, there are certain things, same with me. But I do believe that reading your word shouldn't be a religion. I think that should be in a spiritual side. And I think a lot of people feel spiritual,
but I'm more so talking about relationship side. You feel like that's just a necessary part of relationship? Okay.
Yeah, because, like, how can you develop your relationship with God without reading the Bible at all? So that's my own thing. Like, you don't have to go to church every Sunday or, you know, anything like that. You don't got to be perfect. I'm not even perfect. You know.
I think you'll find a man that is.
Right. So what I'm saying is, though, like, I'm fine with that. But if it's just like I'm not seeing any other aspect because you feel like this is religious, there got to be a balance now. So I just feel like it depends on what you feel like is a religion, to where you're like, oh, well, I don't do this because I just feel like that's more religious than spiritual. And if like reading your word is one, that it makes no sense to me because that's how we learn more about God, how we connect with God through prayer and through reading and through fasting. Like, that is more, I'm not saying it needs to be at a certain time or a certain way, but there's certain aspects that needs to be in your relationship with God as well. Like, if you're talking to God and consistency, and I need to see that in your lifestyle. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you have a relationship, I should be able to see that. Right. Whether religion or not. So I think that's like the bigger part of it. Like, so I get, because like when I was on dating apps, everybody always put spiritual. And I feel like, I'm like, but what does that mean? Right. You know, because you can say you're just spiritual. Yeah. Everybody nowadays is like, I'm more spiritual. But what does that really mean?
Right.
So I feel like all these dudes who's putting spiritual, what's that mean to you?
What's that mean?
Like, what's that mean to you? So I would need them to define that for me. Okay. You know, and I'm not gonna not talk to you because you don't go to church. Yeah. You know, because I mean, I watch online sometimes. Like, I don't always go, and for me, I even go just to build community. You know, it's different reasons. So, but for you to just say you spiritual because you just need to put some kind of belief, I don't know. Yeah, that. So that's the thing. Okay. But, yeah. But yeah. I mean, but overall, still just trying to find my beau. Yeah. She has hers. And just continuing to build a community of fam out here.
I think just, yeah. I mean, I think the most important relationship that you can have is with
God.
Yourself. God, and then yourself.
I'm like, are you saying Erica? No.
You can be like, the most important have it. No, but I think, but yeah, I think the most important relationship that I feel like is after God is definitely yourself. Oh, and I think when you become more self-aware and more in tune with yourself, that gives you the ability to discern things, to see things, to understand things and people, you know, as it relates to the people in your life, what you're attracting, that kind of energy, who you're attracting. I think all of those are super, super big. And that's why, you know, I don't think that there's no... I don't care if you're in a marriage, you're single, you're whatever. There's no blueprint to life. You know what I mean? And there's still so many things I'm trying to learn, so many things I don't get, I don't understand. Yeah. So nobody's doing it perfect. But I think that I would say before you embark on any relationship, really. You like your food? Good.
You like yours?
No, it's good.
I mean, the chicken been gone, so.
Anyways. We loved our... You know,
mukbang,
and our conversation on life and love. You learned a little bit about us.
So cheesy.
I'm not
conversation
cheesy.
About life and love.
It is our conversation about life. And
I'll
love.
be like, thank you guys so much for watching our mukbang. Thank you, Jama Fo, for the food, and Johnny's Pacific. Yeah. And she'd be like, love and light.
Well, can I be honest with you guys? That's how they do it in St. Louis. I expect a level of, you know.
Girl.
Anyways, but how we do in Kansas City is there is a way to make sure that we thank the people who provided our food, and I ain't got to be like.
No, I'm just saying. Well, thank you guys for watching.
I just can't help if I am about light and love and all of that kind of stuff. And
everybody's about light and love.
And no, that's a lie. Oop, somebody told you. And Brittany's just.
Are you gonna end it or not?
You arc.
You're trying to sound like me and it was bad. Are you going to end it or not?
You arc.
Ugh. You do arc. And I don't say it like that.
That is, I say, ooh, Erica, you arc.
No, I don't.
How you say it then?
You're saying it really proper. You're like, ooh, Erica, you arc.
That's what you say.
No, I'm like, you arc.
You arc.
Yes.
Arc. Is that how you say it?
IRK. You arc. Like now, are you going to end it or not?
First of all, okay, so thank you so much for watching our
mukbang.
Oh, that was kind of fun. That was kind of cool. And you just heard everything that we felt like we needed to. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching our mukbang. Thank you to Jama for the food. Thank you to Johnny's Pacific for the empanadas and mugs of fire.
Guys, they are
we both are rocking Black Women Create Tea. You can catch it on the shop, Lorenejanae. And we also have a YouTube, Black Women Create. And if you like this video, please give it a like, share this with your friends, leave comments below on your thoughts about it and more if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be out before Erica tries to do anything else. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.